Hello and welcome to all. Today everything will be played out on the final climb to La Pierre Saint-Martin. The Barouders will try to hold off the return of the Tour favourites, who in turn should not pass up on the opportunity to KO their opponents. The early part of the stage harbours no particular difficulty. The race should only be livened up by the Barouders, who want to spend the day at the front. The breakaway can't widen the gap. The time gap between the peloton and the escapees is stationary. The breakaway can't widen the gap.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race. Yes, there's not a lot going on.
The gap with the yellow jersey is melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way. In 10 kilometers, the leading riders will contest the intermediate sprint. They can then prepare for the climb to La Pierre Saint-Martin. The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey.
The time gap with the head of the race isn't changing, lads. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
.5 minutes lead for the head of the race over the favourites.
Go, guys. You've got to keep up the rhythm to defend the yellow jersey.
Here it is. The riders are starting to climb to La Pierre. Saint-Martin. It's a difficult. Points are doubled at the top for the polka dot jersey. There will therefore be 50 points for the stage winner. 10 kilometers to go for the front of the race. One and a half minutes lead for the head of the race over the favourites. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey. 5 kilometres and nobody has been able to shed all of his opponents. The final break is still not done. The gap is 1 minute between the favourites and the guy in the front. The yellow jersey group is 1 minute from the head of the race. 4 kilometres from the finish, and one man is alone at the head of the race. Will he carry the day? With a lead of less than 30 seconds, nothing is settled yet. Only 2 kilometres before the finish and the gaps are small. The breakaway will have to keep pushing to the end to hope for a win. The lead rider has 30 seconds on the favourites.
The breakaway is 1 kilometre from the finishing line. Reduce speed a bit, otherwise you'll hit the wall. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome him warmly. Here is today's stage winner. He found a way to master his rivals in order to raise his arms in victory. He is inspired. We can say that everything is going well for him at the moment. Here's the polka. He is in sparkling form and you
Well done, lads. Congratulations to you. We were the pre-race favourites, and you lived up to the role with brio. Well done for this win. We retain the yellow jersey. It's a perfect day. Hi, guys. Let's start the...
Hello and welcome to all. The succession of mountain passes, Aspin, Tourmalet, Baudet, Soulor and Aubisque, will be a severe physical test. A real opportunity to try and overturn the general classification. Or, on the other hand, to assert one's supremacy and permanently seal a place at the top of the leaderboard.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The time gap between the peloton and the escapees is stationary. One and a half minutes for the breakaway. It might just work. First climb counting towards the mountains classification. Today, the Côte de Cap Vert. Classified as third category, it can be considered an aperitif for the other climbs on the menu.
There's plenty of damage at the back of the peloton. It will be a long day in the saddle for those who fall behind.
The front of the race will soon be getting down to the serious business. In less than 5 kilometers, they'll begin the ascent of the Col d'Aspin.
Go, guys. You've got to keep up the rhythm to defend the yellow jersey.
The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The Tourmalet will be the second major pass to be climbed today. Classic among the classics, it is the most visited pass on the route to the Tour de France, with almost 80 crossings. The men at the front are now onto the steep slopes of the Tourmalet. Another 10 kilometers before the summit of the Tourmalet.
Yes, there's not a lot going on.
The Tourmalet is classified ore category and earns 25 points towards the polka dot jersey for the first rider on top.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Apart from a few hairpin bends to be negotiated at the start, the descent of the Tourmalet presents no major risks. The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings. The race will soon enter its decisive phase, with the Col de Border, Col du Soulor and Col d'Aubisque triptych, a demanding succession of climbs without let-up, where the riders who are feeling good will try to edge clear. There will be 10 mountain jersey points for the riders first over the top.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The men at the front will be able to take a breather on the short descent that will bring them to the foot of the Col du Soulor, penultimate pass on this stage. The first 6 riders at the top will pocket the points towards the polka dot jersey. There will be 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 and 1 point to be gained.
I don't know if it's a bluff, but the breakaway looks to be increasing the pace at the front of the race.
The riders will now attack the Col d'Aubisque, the last climb of the day before dropping down towards the finish.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit. Go, guys. You've got to keep up the rhythm to defend the yellow jersey. Watch out. You'll soon have no more energy to attack.
The leaders are beginning the descent. It's not an especially technical climb. Excluding carelessness, the gaps shouldn't widen. At the bottom of the descent, there will be 2 kilometers of flat road to reach the finish.
Only 5 kilometers left for the race leaders.
Only 2 kilometers left for the lead riders. No one has yet gained an advantage over his rivals. This should come down to a sprint. The red pennant is in sight for the front of the race.
The breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line.
He is in sparkling form and you can clap him loudly. Here's the... We can say that everything is going... He's amongst...
This result is clearly not up to my expectations. It isn't catastrophic, but when you've got victory in mind, it's obviously a disappointment. We retain the yellow jersey. It's today's source of comfort.